Hi, my name is Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly Cords, and we're from the Management Study Guide's content team. In this course, we'll learn in detail about leadership morale and employee turnover management. So let's get started. Let's look at two different managers who work in a reputed software firm, SoftSoul Inc. Meet Joe Wilson. He works as a project manager at SoftSoul and heads a team of 15 software developers, programmers, and testers. Joe's team works exclusively on web-based software systems. Now, meet Mark Johnson. He also works as a project manager at SoftSoul and heads a team of 20 software developers, programmers, and testers. Mark's team works mainly on Oracle projects. Let's get to know more about each of them and take a look at a list of traits of each of these managers. Joe's traits as a manager are strict managing, gives orders, slack and low energy, only interested in achieving targets, overpressures team members. Mark's traits as a manager are people-friendly managing, motivates team members to perform better, impressive and energetic, interested in team members' problems and engagement, maintains optimum workload for each team member. Now that you know a bit about each of the managers, which of these two managers would you have liked to work with? It is obvious that anyone would like to work with Mark. Mark is a people-friendly manager, and he possesses high morale. He also boosts the morale of his team members as he motivates them to work better and challenge themselves. He is not only interested in targets, but also in driving employee engagement. On the other hand, when you look at Joe as a manager, you can see that he suffers from low energy and low morale. Joe is just not interested in his team members' welfare or engagement. He is also not interested in motivating them or in increasing their morale. In fact, over the last few years, the management has found that the attrition and employee turnover rate in Joe's team has always been very high. On the other hand, the attrition and employee turnover rate in Mark's team has always been very low. So, you can understand that an employee's decision to work at or leave an organization does not depend only on his job role and responsibilities. It also depends on the leader's morale and how the leader motivates and increases the team members' morale. Hence, there is a close relationship between leadership morale and employee turnover. Now, let's look at leadership morale and employee turnover management in further detail.
Let's go through the course objectives. Explain why employees leave an organization. Explain employee attrition, turnover, and retention. Describe factors affecting attrition and employee turnover. Explain need for employee turnover management. Explain benefits of employee turnover management. Describe managers' role in reducing employee turnover. Explain how managers can boost employee morale. Explain relation between leadership and employee turnover. Describe principles of leadership to reduce turnover. Explain steps for employee turnover management. Explain role of leadership in employee relations. Explain how leaders can build good employee relations. Explain how to prevent fallouts in a team. Explain how to build trust between leaders and employees. List the tips for leaders to engage and support employees. Most employees are not motivated to come to the office as they find their job role difficult or uninteresting. They are not motivated to come to work to avoid doing the unpleasant activity. If employees don't enjoy their work, it's because they either have not figured out what they want out of their job role, do not value what their activity will produce, are focused on short-term thinking instead of long-term thinking. Employee retention highly depends on attrition, which affects turnover rates. Attrition is the process when employees no longer want to continue working for a boss or an organization and wants to leave the organization. The employee wants to break the relationship bond by informing the boss that they will no longer be working at the organization any longer. Following is the need for employee turnover and retention management in organizations. Support helps to build a culture of support and belonging to the organization. Alignment of business goals helps in planning manpower in order to reach business goals. Work allocation helps to ensure optimum work allocation and prevents overburdening. Strategic management provides an efficient and effective way to implement strategic process which drives employee engagement. Open work environment helps foster transparency and fairness through a properly structured open work environment. The following are some of the benefits of retention and employee turnover management in organizations. Key driver of employee morale. Creates supportive workplace. Retaining qualified workforce. Avoid employee churn costs. Help organizations be competitive in the market. Helps employee reach their full potential. Leads to more engaged workforce. Leads to higher performance. Let's look at each one of them in detail. How managers can boost employee morale and lower turnover. There are various ways in which a manager can drive engagement among their employees, such as recruitment and select for the right position, coaching, communicating clear objectives, team developing initiatives, Pygmalion effect. Effective leadership skills of successful leaders is a result of efficient interaction between the leader, their followers, and the situation. The given image below shows the relation and interaction between the leader, the followers, and the situation. Personality, position, expertise, leader. Task, stress, environment, situation. Values, norms, cohesiveness, followers. There are 5 main principles of leadership that drive the development of a supportive workplace for employees and boost employee morale. This will lead to reduced attrition and employee turnover rates. These 5 driving principles of leadership to reduce employee turnover are: respect for others, service to others, justice for others, honesty towards others, building community with others. Let's look at each one.
Here's a tip for you. You should always keep in mind that the words that the employee may speak to you are not a true indicator of what they're feeling. So, in situations where you find that the spoken words and the body language signals of a person don't match each other, it would be wise on your part as a manager to trust and believe in what the subconscious body language signals of the person are communicating to you.
Effective employee turnover management process. Ongoing feedback. Continuous employee turnover monitoring helps the organization to provide ongoing feedback about the individual's problems and help improve the support and morale and bring it in line with the individual's goals. Issue clarification. The employee as well as the organization should be clear about the issues that lead to attrition and when employees are unable to impart their job responsibilities and hence leave the organization. Goal alignment. The goals set for each employee should be in direct alignment to the company's strategic goals and company's vision and mission. Rewards, recognition, and compensation. Employees should be appropriately rewarded, recognized, and compensated for efforts put in by them in the office. Majority of the team members felt that their bosses were not interested in their welfare, but were only bothered about getting the work done. Ryan understood that in order to boost the team's performance and to bring down the employee turnover rate, he would need to focus on the leaders of the teams. Ryan thought about a strategy to boost leadership morale and then boost team members' morale through the leaders. He called for a meeting with all the managers and leaders of the various teams. It's essential that the team members gel well with each other and are willing to help each other. Conflicts must be avoided within the team to strengthen the bond among the team members and also to increase the productivity of the team. The following are the methods that you can use as a leader to make your subordinates more open and receptive to your leadership and build trust with them. Number 1, leaders should become role models. Number 2, preach what you know best. Number 3, encourage an inclusive work culture. Number 4, ensure an effective whistleblower system. And number 5, encourage open communication. Let's look at each one of them in detail. Critical characteristics of effective leaders. There are 3 critical characteristics of effective leaders: task-oriented behavior, relationship-oriented behavior, and participative leadership. Let's look at each one of them in detail. This is just a demo of the complete course. With every course, you get to view the course